Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with my daily transfer roundup show. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're past 5,000 now, on the road to 10k. So please do like, subscribe, and get your comments in. Not too much to report today, more in terms of, I guess, slight progress in some of the deals that we look to be making, and also another club in the running for John Duran. And I guess in terms of Duran, this speculation is not going to go anywhere. I don't think anything potentially could happen in January unless it is absolutely crazy bids. But we have heard from Tom Colomosi and various other reporters that Paris Saint-Germain are very, very, very keen on John Duran and believe that he is gettable. Now, whether that is in January or whether that is in the summer remains to be seen. But we've certainly seen Dortmund looking at 85 million euros. Paris Saint-Germain now in that region as well. I think Villa looking for more like 80 million pounds or above. And obviously, if he stays for the rest of this season and he continues to score more goals, that price will probably only go up. So he is going to be hot property, and I'm sure that he and his agent will be caught in some of the biggest clubs in world football. So, look, it probably is a realistic proposition that John Duran is likely to potentially move on in the summer, depending on what happens with Aston Villa. You know, if we can secure Champions League football again, does he continue to stay? But if we do secure Champions League football again or go really far in the Champions League this season, a lot of it will probably be down to John Duran. So he's likely then to go to clubs like Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich or someone like that. So look, if Paris Saint-Germain are interested, you definitely take notice. So I think we're probably going to have to resign ourselves to the fact that, yes, we will get a very, very, very good price for him, but it does look like he'll probably be on his way. I don't think it'll happen in January unless, as I say, a crazy, crazy bid comes in. But he is certainly gettable. I don't think that's a question at all. It's just how much he is gettable for. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments and what you think in terms of John Duran and how much you think we should get for him. Do you think we should just absolutely not sell at any cost? You let me know your thoughts. Donyell Malen. Now, it looks like Villa have increased their bid. Looking now as if we have increased it to the 25 million euro mark. I think that's around about 21.5, 22 million pounds. They're wanting 30 million euros. So there's still a little bit of a way to go, whether that's structured in the deal, whether that's a little bit more that we have to put in up front. The Jaden Philogene deal, once that gets announced, I'm pretty sure that will open up the cash or the reserves to be able to go and get Donyell Malen. But by all accounts, he certainly wants the move. And looking at his stats again, I know we did this probably about a week or so ago, and I guess he hasn't played many times for Dortmund this season, but in the appearances that he's had, 6 starts, 14 appearances, he's still scored 3 goals in the Bundesliga. He's missed 1 big chance. He scored twice from inside the box, once from outside the box, 1 with his left foot, 2 with his right foot. He's created a big chance as well. His passing accuracy is pretty good. So what I wanted to say was he is still a potent player. And even in the Champions League, he's also scored goals. If we have a look here, he hasn't played many times in the Champions League, but he's had 3 starts, 5 games, obviously, and he's already scored 2 goals as well. So, and he's missed 3 big chances, so could have had more. So this guy knows where the goal is direct, and is going to be a potent force for Aston Villa if he can get going. And I'm pretty sure a fresh start at a new club with a new manager wanting to impress, coming in the January, wanting to hit the ground running. As I said before, even if it's 5, 6, 7 or 8 games, that can give a huge boost to a season that we need a little bit of a kickstart to. You know, we need to get that away form back in. We need a weapon up front or out wide that is dangerous to the other teams that they have to take notice of, because at the moment we've been a little bit weak in attack away from home, and we haven't given enough for teams to think about. So if you've got someone like Malen, who is fast, strong, direct, that really gives us something for the opposition to worry about. And then for someone like Leon Bailey to work off, to take inspiration from, to really try and push on in terms of his performances. If you start in Marlon and then bringing Leon Bailey off the bench, that's a totally different proposition to having to start Leon Bailey and then him not really having anything behind him pushing him on. And then if you take in John Duran starts or Ollie Watkins starts, again, that gives us a lot more options in terms of potential players to come into the team. So for me, get it done as quickly as possible. We've got big games coming up. We've got Everton. We've got Arsenal away on Saturday. Could we get him in before that game? He was at Arsenal Academy. That would be a huge game to get him in by. So watch this space with him. But let me know your thoughts in the comments as well on Daniel Malen. Now, Oscar Mingueza, it has been reported that we are now ready to meet the release clause for Oscar Mingueza of 20 million euros. And this now is up to him, up to the player to decide whether he wants to move. Now, for me, it will be a no-brainer. Premier League, pay rise, Champions League football, and probably now quite a few games, because Matty Cash has done okay, but he's in and out of injury at times. We've got lots and lots of games. So for me, I think Mingueza will get more than enough games in terms of for his own career and for, I guess, any sort of international wishes and stuff like that. So for me, it's an obvious no-brainer on my part, but obviously the player's got to take a lot of things into consideration. Now, we've seen him here, right back, can play centre back as well, so fits into the mould that Unai Emery likes, can also play right midfield, so could operate in a wing-back position as well, I would imagine. Can also operate on the left, if we see there. Has played on the left side for Celta Vigo, obviously, but up and down that pitch, right in and around the penalty box as well. I know Matty Cash gets criticised quite a bit for not going around the outside and for cutting back. We want our fullbacks and our wide players to get right to the byline, put crosses in that makes defenders turn. 18 starts in 18 games played. 2 goals, as I say, already scored this season. 1 from inside the box, 1 from outside the box. 5 assists, which is great, and 9 big chances created. So could he be someone in the mould? I think he's a different physical profile to Alex Moreno, but could he give us that boost? Could he give us that technical ability? We know how Spanish players are very technical and very gifted on the ball. So could he give us that kind of comfortable technical ability on that right-hand side that we've been crying out for, really? 79% in accuracy per game, 84% in his own half, 69% in the opposition half, has had 2 clean sheets, and then he's kind of mid-40% in terms of duels won, successful dribbles, and sort of 50% for aerial duels won, although hasn't had too many of those. So look, again, I have to confess, don't know a huge amount about him, but looks a solid player, 25 years of age, played in La Liga, could slot into various positions for us. So could be a useful addition to the squad, particularly, again, if Diego Carlos is looking to move on for sort of £10 million. Then we bring Mingueza in for 20 million euros. It's not a huge difference in price. So let's see where we go with that one. And finally, we look like we are in advanced talks with French under-19s, under-21 star Tidiem Gomis. Talked about him yesterday from Caen. Looks like he will stay at Caen for the rest of the season and then join up with Aston Villa in the summer, similar to the Nedeljkovic signing. So again, signing highly rated younger players across the globe, really, and has played numerous games for Caen this season. Started 12, played 18 games, scored 2 goals already, both from inside the box, has 2 assists. So obviously it's good for his development to continue playing in Ligue 2 and continue his development, because I wouldn't have thought he would come into the first team straight away and play. And now we're looking at Nedeljkovic maybe going out on loan, although it doesn't look like it's going to be Valencia. Could be a different club. So we'll see about that one. And obviously there's Yasin Özkan, Turkish, 18-year-old defender as well. I would imagine it would be the similar sort of setup to Gomis if we're looking to sign him. So yeah, different strategies for Aston Villa. Players that will come in and kickstart and get ready and challenging for first team honours. Then it's these younger players from around Europe, from around the world that we send out on loan that will obviously sell or come into the first team, but will be able to sell for profit and obviously help for FFP and PSR ruling. So a really effective strategy and something that I think we have to take into consideration with Aston Villa. And then the potential of selling a big name every summer or every other summer to kind of keep balancing those books and be able to improve the squad. So if John Duran does go for 80 to 100 million pounds, that's a huge amount of money that Aston Villa can invest back into the squad. So watch this space with John Duran. I know we're going to have to field all this interest over the next few months, but it certainly won't go away. Malen, let's get him in. Mingueza, let's get him in. And the young players, let's keep building for the future. Thanks for watching. Please do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, help us continue beyond 5K and on the road to 10K. Get your comments in. We'll be back with more shows over the next few days. Obviously, transfer roundup shows, possibly talking tactics with Gareth after yesterday's victory against West Ham. Preview for Everton coming up, fans forum and everything else in between. So thank you for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.